Welcome back to the Daily Flash. I'm Matt Doolittle, and in this week's edition of Doing It, I went back 20 years to my high school reunion last week. Yes, 20 years ago in 2003, I graduated from Lake Howell High School, a 4.2 GPA, top of my class, and as you can imagine, one good-looking, suave son of a gun. Yes, my mom has that still hanging in the living room of their house. Yes, make your jokes now, but that Pontiac hauled my butt. Once the one picture comes up, I had a Pontiac Grand Prix. I had all the baggy clothes. There you go. Look at that swag going on. Shiny as always. And yeah, that baby went 160 with the governor off, but don't tell my mom. But I have to tell you, I went into it very nervous. You know, who still had a grudge with me? Who wasn't going to show up that I hoped would? In fact, my first thought was, would anyone in this day and age of Facebook, Instagram, X, and every other way to share anything, would anyone care to see each other after 20 years? I mean, we grew up in 2003 at the beginning of cell phones, Facebook. I got my first phone the sophomore year. You know, I had a Pontiac back then. The internet was just beginning to be used as a utility for school, home, and social interaction. But of course, once we graduated and went our separate ways, most of us lost contact. We didn't reach out to one another. We would hear when someone would get married, have a kid, unfortunately pass away. They'd move around. But that was it. We didn't keep up. Even though it was a suburb of Orlando, which most of us grew up in, we weren't living next to each other. It wasn't one of these small town communities. However, walking in there into the school where we did a tour of it and saw all the old places, the old gym where I broke my wrist and cried a lot, the classrooms where I just didn't want to be at the time, and the cafeteria where we decided who we wanted to sit next to, hit me hard. Even the next night when we all went out to our local watering hole, when we all became old enough to meet up on Thanksgiving Eves, or the night of it was just a night of reconnecting. I felt like I found a hidden VHS of my own life in the future, or rather a DVD at that time, and saw the future. It was very weird. It was very comforting, though, that for the most part, everyone there knew someone else who couldn't make it, and we told stories of our lives over the past 2 decades, talked about their kids, their significant others, their adventures, and most importantly, about themselves. That's who I really wanted to know, who they grew up to be, who I thought they were going to be, and now, as you can imagine, I may have been somewhat of a pot stirrer back in the day.
No.
I could jump from the popular kids to the drama kids, the athletic kids, the super nerds, and had something to say to each of them. And and I would make each other upset at each other somehow. Why would I do that? So I wasn't sure how I would be received, but honestly, everyone there came in with open arms, and we settled some grudges. I mean, it might be old man yelling at the cloud here, but trust me, what you see online doesn't mean it's in real life. And at this reunion, it all came into that perspective. That we all went through our lives in a very important part of it, but came out the other side okay. And we're okay with each other. So my idea, or my push onto you is do it with your classmates in the future and go to your class reunion if you have the chance.
Oh, very good. I like it. Maddie, thank you.